Table 400.5 specifically addresses the allowable ampacities for flexible cords and cables that contain more than 3 current carrying conductors. The allowable ampacities are subject to adjustments based on ambient temperatures and the number of current carrying conductors within the flexible cord or cable. These adjustments are made using the correction factors found in Table 310.16 as applicable. Now, regarding the specific question about 12/4 with ground cable, the key lies in understanding whether this type of cable falls under the definition of a flexible cord or cable as defined by the National Electrical Code. The interpretation of a code is based on definitions and listings. A 12/4 with ground cable is not typically considered a flexible cord or cable. This distinction is important because Table 400.5 explicitly applies to flexible cords and cables. Since a 12/4 with ground cable is not classified as such, the ampacity adjustments outlined in Table 400.5 do not directly apply to it. So, if Table 400.5 doesn't apply, how do we determine the ampacity of a 12/4 with ground cable? The ampacity of a 12/4 with ground cable is generally determined by Table 310.16 of the National Electrical Code. Table 310.16 provides ampacity ratings for conductors based on their size, insulation type, and temperature rating, considering the number of current carrying conductors in a raceway or cable. This table is used to determine the allowable current carrying capacity of the 12 American wire gauge conductors in the cable. It is important to note a crucial condition that requires further adjustment. If the 12/4 with ground cable is installed in a raceway or any other enclosure that restricts airflow, the ampacity must be adjusted using the correction factors provided in Table 310.16. These correction factors account for the increased heat buildup that occurs when conductors are grouped together in a confined space. The restricted airflow prevents heat from dissipating effectively, which can lead to overheating and potential damage to the conductors or insulation. Therefore, the National Electrical Code requires a reduction in the allowable ampacity to ensure the safe operation of the cable. To correctly apply these principles, one must first determine the appropriate ampacity of the 12 American wire gauge conductors from Table 310.16, considering the insulation type and temperature rating, which are typically marked on the cable itself. Then assess the installation conditions. If the cable is installed in free air and not bundled with other cables, the ampacity from Table 310.16 can be used directly. However, if the cable is installed in a raceway or enclosure, the correction factors from Table 310.16 must be applied to reduce the allowable ampacity. The specific correction factor depends on the number of current carrying conductors in the raceway or enclosure. For example, if there are 4 to 6 current carrying conductors, the ampacity must be reduced to 80% of the value in Table 310.16. If there are 7 to 9 current carrying conductors, the ampacity must be reduced to 70%, and so on. These adjustments are crucial for ensuring that the conductors do not overheat and that the electrical system operates safely and reliably. In summary, while Table 400.5 does not apply to 12/4 with ground cable because it is not considered a flexible cord or cable, the ampacity of the cable is determined by Table 310.16, with additional adjustments required if the cable is installed in a raceway or other enclosure that restricts airflow. This comprehensive approach ensures that the electrical installation complies with the National Electrical Code and operates safely. Always consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local regulations for specific requirements and guidance. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is essential to follow all applicable codes and safety procedures to prevent injury or property damage. When in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the electrical installation is safe and compliant. Now, to further clarify the application of Table 310.16, let's delve into specific examples and scenarios. Suppose a 12/4 with ground cable with THHN insulation rated for 90 degrees Celsius is installed in free air. According to Table 310.16, a 12 American wire gauge copper conductor with THHN insulation has an ampacity of 30 amps at 90 degrees Celsius. Since the cable is installed in free air and not bundled with other cables, the ampacity can be used directly without any correction factors. However, if the same 12/4 with ground cable is installed in a conduit with 5 other current carrying conductors, the ampacity must be adjusted. According to the notes to Table 310.16, when there are 4 to 6 current carrying conductors in a raceway or cable, the ampacity must be reduced to 80% of the value in Table 310.16. Therefore, the adjusted ampacity would be 30 amps multiplied by 0.8, which equals 24 amps. This means that the 12/4 with ground cable can only carry a maximum of 24 amps in this specific installation scenario. It is important to note that the ground wire is not considered a current carrying conductor for the purposes of ampacity rating. Only the current carrying conductors, which are the ungrounded hot and grounded neutral conductors, are counted. In a 12/4 with ground cable, there are typically 4 current carrying conductors, which include 3 ungrounded conductors and 1 neutral conductor. The ground wire is used for safety purposes and does not normally carry current. Therefore, it is not included in the count of current carrying conductors for ampacity rating. The temperature rating of the conductors and the ambient temperature also play a critical role in determining the ampacity of the cable. The ampacity values in Table 310.16 are based on specific temperature ratings for the conductors and a specific ambient temperature. If the ambient temperature is higher than the temperature listed in Table 310.16, the ampacity must be further adjusted using the temperature correction factors provided in the table. For example, if the ambient temperature is 40 degrees Celsius and the conductors are rated for 90 degrees Celsius, the temperature correction factor would be 0.87. This means that the ampacity must be reduced to 87% of the value in Table 310.16. Therefore, if the initial ampacity was 30 amps, the adjusted ampacity would be 30 amps multiplied by 0.87, which equals 26.1 amps. This adjustment is necessary to account for the increased heat buildup that occurs at higher ambient temperatures. In addition to the ampacity rating requirements in Table 310.16, there may be other factors that can affect the ampacity of the cable, such as the type of load being served and the length of the cable run. For example, if the cable is serving a continuous load, which is a load that operates for 3 hours or more, the ampacity must be further reduced to 80% of the value in Table 310.16. This is because continuous loads generate more heat over a longer period, which can increase the risk of overheating. The length of the cable run can also affect the ampacity due to voltage drop. Voltage drop is the reduction in voltage that occurs along the length of a conductor due to its resistance. If the voltage drop is excessive, it can cause equipment to malfunction or operate inefficiently. To minimize voltage drop, the cable size may need to be increased, which would increase the ampacity. It is crucial to consider all of these factors when determining the appropriate ampacity for 12/4 with ground cable to ensure that the electrical system operates safely and reliably. In addition to the National Electrical Code, local regulations may also impose specific requirements for electrical installations. It is essential to consult with local authorities to ensure that the electrical installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always recommended to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the electrical installation is safe and compliant. Ignoring these factors or misinterpreting the code can lead to dangerous situations, including electrical fires or equipment failure. Therefore, it is essential to exercise caution and seek professional guidance when working with electrical systems. The National Electrical Code is a complex and comprehensive document, and it is essential to have a thorough understanding of its requirements to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. This understanding comes from dedicated study, practical experience, and ongoing professional development. Furthermore, the application of these codes is not static. The electrical industry is continually evolving with new technologies and materials. Therefore, staying updated with the latest revisions to the National Electrical Code and industry best practices is crucial for electrical professionals. This can be achieved through attending seminars, participating in training programs, and subscribing to industry publications. Continuous learning ensures that electrical professionals are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to handle the complexities of modern electrical systems. In practical applications, understanding the nuances of ampacity dirting can save time, money, and prevent potential hazards. For instance, when designing an electrical circuit for a residential kitchen, several appliances and lighting fixtures may be connected to the same circuit. In such cases, it is crucial to accurately calculate the total load on the circuit and apply the appropriate dirting factors to ensure that the wiring can safely handle the load. Overloading a circuit can lead to overheating, tripped circuit breakers, and even electrical fires. Therefore, a thorough understanding of ampacity dirting is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of residential electrical systems. Similarly, in commercial and industrial settings, where electrical loads are often much larger and more complex, ampacity dirting becomes even more critical. Large motors, HVAC systems, and industrial equipment can draw significant amounts of current, and the wiring must be sized accordingly to prevent overheating and voltage drop. Furthermore, the presence of hazardous materials or explosive atmospheres in some industrial environments can add another layer of complexity to electrical installations. In such cases, specialized wiring methods and equipment may be required to prevent ignition and ensure the safety of personnel and property. Therefore, electrical professionals working in commercial and industrial settings must have a deep understanding of ampacity dirting and other relevant electrical codes and standards. To summarize, the determination of ampacity for conductors like 12/4 with current requires a multifaceted approach. Firstly, identify that Table 400.5 of the National Electrical Code concerning flexible cords and cables with more than 3 current carrying conductors does not directly apply to 12/4 with ground cable, which is not classified as a flexible cord or cable. Secondly, utilize Table 310.16 as the primary resource for determining the ampacity of the 12 American wire gauge conductors within the cable, considering the insulation type and temperature rating. Thirdly, rigorously assess the installation environment to identify any factors that may necessitate ampacity dirting, such as installation in a raceway or enclosure that restricts airflow, elevated ambient temperatures, or continuous loading conditions. Fourthly, apply the appropriate correction factors from Table 310.16 to adjust the ampacity based on the identified dirting factors. Fifthly, consult local regulations and authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and standards. Sixthly, when in doubt, seek the expertise of a qualified electrician to ensure that the electrical installation is safe, compliant, and reliable. By adhering to these steps, electrical professionals can ensure that electrical systems are designed and installed in a manner that prioritizes safety, efficiency, and compliance with all applicable regulations. The consequences of neglecting these considerations can be severe, ranging from equipment malfunction and power outages to electrical fires and personal injury. Therefore, a commitment to continuous learning, attention to detail, and a thorough understanding of electrical codes and standards are essential for all electrical professionals.